Okay, so picking right back up where we left off. I'm sorry. You gotta realize I actually just woke up and decided I was gonna tackle this for you. So, um, 19 and 11 fourths. We want to figure out what we're gonna do with this guy. 19 and 11 fourths, because we still, just to recap, we still haven't subtracted this total number from, our total amount that's taken from our initial piece of cloth. We haven't subtracted it yet. This is just the total amount of yardage that people bought, yardage that we're taking out, because remember, we added both sets of numbers. So we have the 3.5 and also the 5 1/4 from earlier, just to bring up the speed. So we're trying to deal with this guy, the 11/4, so we can subtract it. So 11/4. So what does this 4 mean? Just to refresh your memory, this 4 means how many of these make a whole. So if you can visualize it on this piece of pizza, it means that it takes 4 to make a whole. So you cut this whole into fourths. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to make a whole. Just like 4 quarters make a dollar. All right, a quarter is just like saying 1/4. And quarter is a quarter. So you can also do the same thing with a third. 1/3. That would be, I don't know how to cut this evenly, but we're gonna try. Look like something like 1/3 or something like that. You get the idea. They're not equal, but it takes 3 of these to make a whole. All right, so what do we got here? We have 11 fourths. That's just like me owing you some money and me giving it to you all in quarters right here. Right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I know you see my trial and error. I actually had to practice drawing quarters. So we have 11 quarters, which is what this is. 11/4. We have 11 quarters. Isn't it much easier for me just to give you $2.75, right? Because we can get $1 out of this 4, we can get another $1 out of this 4, and the remainder, 75 cents, or 3/4. We got 3/4 left, right? So let's break it down into math. So we have 11 quarters. All right, to tackle stuff like this, you're going to figure out how many of these fourths, because these 4s represent how many it takes to make 1. We're going to figure out how many 1s, or these 4s, we can get out of this. So 4, we can obviously get a 4 out of that. That would make a 1, but we'd have 7 left over. And then we'd have to do it again, because we could still get more 4s out of that. We can get another 2. We know from this that we can get 2 out of it, 2 to 75, but how? So what you do is see how close you can get this 4 to. So 4 times 2 would be 8. 4 times 3, 12. Too many. We can only get 2 out of this, and we're gonna have some stuff left over. So let's do it. So 4 times 2 equals 8. So 8 minus 11. So what do we got here? What is it? 3? Duh, 3. 3. And then that remaining number goes right back on top, because that's how much we had left after we got our whole numbers out of it. And remember, we multiplied this 4 times 2. We got 2 wholes out of it. 4 times 2 was 8. We got 2 wholes. So that 2 goes right out here. We got 2 wholes out of it. And it's still 3/4. Make sense? One more time. 11/4. So break it down. So we can get 4, which makes 1 whole. out of this 11. We can get it out of there one. Let's see one time. We can take one whole out of this. So let's snatch 4 out of this 11. Right? Out of this 11 parts. So we have 1 and 11 minus 4. What is that? 7. 10 minus 2. Damn. Having a brain freeze. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, 7. So we have 7 over 4. But look, we can get another 4 out of this bad boy. We can get another 4 out of this. So we're going to say 2 and 3 over 4s because 4 minus 7 was 3. One more time. 11 over 4. 4 can go into 11 2 times. So we're going to bring that 2 right on out automatically. 4 goes into 11 2 times. So 2 goes out on front. All right, now that 2 times that it went into it equaled 8. So we're going to subtract that 8 from here. 8 minus 11 is 3. Keep the 4. Whatever your remainder is goes over that 4. So even if it was like a 1, put that 1 right over that 4. All right? So let's deal with your problem now. So now that we broke down this 11 fourths, yeah, I know it's a long one. Now we broke down this 11 fourths. We broke it down to 2 and 3/4. We're going to put that with our other answer right here, which was 19 and 11/4. Because now we no longer have that 11/4. It's actually 19, because it's a whole number, we add them together. 19 plus 2 is 21. And 3/4. Gets a little tricky. I know what you're thinking. It's a lot of steps, a lot to remember, but just if you have to rewatch this video and go over it again. Okay, so now that we got our total amount here and we've got this in the lowest state we can get it in, now it's time to subtract the total amount taken, the total amount of cloth taken from our total amount of cloth that we had available, right? So we started off with 24 yards. Now we want to subtract 21 and 3/4 yards. Since we got this right here, we can just relate this to money. We got $24, right? Something costs $21.75 because 3/4 is 75. So 24 minus 21 gives us what? It was like 3 or something like that. I gotta write that down. Getting fatigued. Oh, why did I do that way? Yeah, 3. 3. Right? But now you got to take 3/4 out of this. So if you had $3 and you wanted to take 75 cents from $3, right? Because 3/4 is what we got here. You would be left with 2 1/4. 2 1/4, yeah. 2 1/4. Right? Or you can do it the long way that I showed you earlier, which was subtracting fractions, and I think that's a little bit tougher because you have to find the common denominator of all of these after you turn them into mixed numbers. Just relate back to the money on this one. And if you have to, if it's in like thirds or sevenths, you got like 3/7, then you're gonna have to do it the way I showed you with subtracting fractions. All right.